Hey, I'm MindieKniss. This is the Daily Rage. Remember that funded account that I had told you that I just passed in one day a few days ago? Yeah, I failed it today, which sucks. Let me be clear about that. And let's go through the actual numbers of what that means. And then we'll talk about this wild sale that Apex is having right now. There is a link and coupon code for you in the comments down below. This is the account that I was trading, a 50K account. I had passed it, getting above that $3,000 profit goal. And I had paid for this account when it was 80% off. So at that 80% off, that was about $33 that I paid for the account. Then I paid the lifetime fee for that, which is $140. So all in terms of actual money from my bank account, that was $173.40. Now, if you contrast that to my regular trading account, that's not even a max loss on one single day. So, yes, I'm not happy about the fact that I failed it. I'm not thrilled about it, but overall, it's not the end of the world. It was less than $200. And like I said, that's less than a max day's loss in my real account. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to start again tomorrow. And let's talk about the way in which I'm going to do that, because it's not just that they have this 90% off and one day to pass. Oh, and by the way, half price resets, but they're also having a special, which may be of interest to you. It definitely is to me. What they are looking at is okay, the 50K is usually 160. I won't even say usually because it's almost never full price, but let's just say it's normally maybe 80% off. That's $33.40. Right now, it's $16.70 because you're only paying 10% of this. But the problem with this account, as showed up for me today, is that the trailing threshold is quite small. So even if you're doing well, even if you're profitable on the account, in other words, like my account balance was profitable, but my trailing threshold messed me right up. So I did fail that. But what they're offering right now is on this 250K, instead of what normally at 90% off would be 51.70, it's only $16.70. In other words, the same exact price as the 50K. Then on top of that, they're like, oh, we know that, yes, it's a higher lifetime fee. The lifetime fee on a 250K account is normally $300. If, and this might be a big if, if you were to pass it prior to Monday, this coming week, you have until Tuesday to pay for that PA. In other words, convert it to a PA account, pay the fee, and that fee would only be $85. So significantly less than the 140 that you would be paying for the 50K account. Now let's talk through some of the pros and cons, because yes, that sounds like a really good deal, but it might not make sense for everybody. So the pros side of it is that, yeah, it's only $16.70 now. Amazing. You also have 6,500 trailing threshold, which I will tell you, because I've traded on this 300K account before. It's way easier, at least in terms of the way that I normally trade, to have a bigger trailing threshold. The challenge, though, is that on the 50K account, there's only a $3,000 profit goal, which is not that big of a deal to get funded. However, $15,000 is a significant jump up from three. So, what I don't want to have happen for some of you is what they describe in behavioral economics. And let me give you an example, nothing to do with trading. This is where, let's say you go to a store and they say, hey, this thing, which you were planning to buy one of and you only need one, this thing is on sale. If you buy four of them, you get this discount. And sometimes we will be like, hey, well, I'll buy four. That's great. But the reality is, if you only actually need one and you are only planning to buy one and you are only budgeting to buy one, you're going to spend more money just to get the discount, just to get the sale than you would have. So even with the sale, you still will end up spending more money. Now, if you're going to use four of them over time, great. You just saved yourself in the long term. But depending on your personal budget, that may or may not be the best decision for right now in this second, like this month, based on your current money. So I want you to make sure that you think through what this requires, this bigger account. It does require a much bigger profit goal. Now, do you have the ability to trade bigger as well? Yes, because you have one, more contracts to trade, and two, more trailing threshold with which to work. So, all good things on that side. But again, make sure it is in alignment with your goals. Don't just jump in because it's like, oh my gosh, it's an amazing sale. It is, and it may not be for everyone. I think this goes without saying as well, but in terms of trading biggies versus micros, so you have 27 full contracts or minis, 270 micros. Now, I don't know why anyone would actually trade 270 micros because you're going to be paying so much more in commission. On 27 contracts, the commission on that is $121.50. On this 270 micros, that's $270 of commission. So that's like significantly more. And I just wouldn't do it that way. But I mean, you have the opportunity to do that should you so desire. So just to kind of wrap this all up, right now, all the account sizes are 90% off. That's awesome. For the next 4 days, 23 hours as of this recording. You can pass in one single day and they have half price resets. But I wouldn't really pay the $40 to reset when your account might just be $16. So make sure you're doing the math, and you can always just get a new account. You can have as many evaluation accounts as your heart desires. The only limit on accounts is when you have PAs. They limit you to 20 per household. So you can just cancel your old evaluation so you're not charged again for it and just get a new one at this 90% off. Then, once again, just to recap, the 250K account is the same price right now as the 50K account. In other words, it's $16.70 per evaluation. Again, you can get as many of them as you want. And if you happen to pass, meaning you get over $15,000 of profit without running into your trailing threshold, if you pass by Monday this coming week, you have until Tuesday to set up that PA account, pay just $85 instead of the usual $300, so significant savings there. And that's the deal. But again, don't force it. You might get lucky by forcing it, but that's just going to encourage you to continue that not so helpful behavior. So have fun with this crazy sale. I wish you the absolute best of luck. Once again, there's a link and a coupon code down below for you if you need that. I'm MindieKniss. Thanks so much for watching.